get ready to get into a new lesson on today. This lesson will be entitled Bottomless Pit. Though I give it that title, I may talk about things other than that. Nonetheless, we'll start this lesson off on Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Okay, the word travail means labor. There's a number of reasons. There's a number of definitions to that word. I'll just name a few. One of them would be labor. It says, and then giving birth. Labor, giving birth. So it says, ask ye now, and see whether a man do travail with child. So basically, what the Lord is like, is there a man? Is man in labor with a child? Are men giving birth to children? If they not, then it said, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins? If men are not going around here in labor or giving childbirth, then why is every man walking around here with his hands on his loins? Loins, that's your testicles. So why do I see men walking around here with all these men walking around with their hands on their testicles? That's because Esau, he don't want no man in his system. He's not playing about that. He don't want no masculine man in his system. It's gonna get to the point. It's getting bad now, but it's gonna get to the point where, man, just like the scriptures say, every man gonna be walking around here holding on to his balls, because Satan gonna be done put some in that water or in that food that causes your testicles to shrivel on up. Eventually, it just shrivel right on up out of your sack. Because he don't want no man in this system. And if he don't do that, he'll at least disable them to where you're not producing any testosterone. The one fluid that makes a man. So not only is he gonna disrupt your hormonal balance, meaning completely get rid of your testosterone making process. Not only is he going to do that, but he's going to then put estrogen in the food and the water. You see, if he can stop your body from producing testosterone, and then he can some kind of way get that estrogen in you, whether it be through your food or your water, then you start blowing up. And what I mean by that is, you see, estrogen, we'll start with testosterone. Testosterone in men causes all of the nutrients and the body fat to be stored from the waist up, thus giving you that masculine appearance. By him destroying the testosterone making cycle, meaning destroying your testicles, and then putting the estrogen in the food and the water, he's going to cause the man's body to store all of his nutrients from the waist down. You see, I already mentioned what testosterone does. Estrogen causes all the nutrients and the body fat to be stored in your body from the waist down. Now you see why every man with his hands on his loins, once he gets that estrogen in you, and then you got more estrogen in you than you got testosterone in you, then everything you eat is going into the waist down. Everything you eat is going from the waist down in your body. And that's systematic, because he don't want no man in his system. He don't want no masculine male figure, and he's working on it little by little. You see, bad enough, we in slavery. We don't even have half the muscle that we're supposed to have, and he want to get rid of the little bit you do have. Okay. Without further ado, we're gonna move over to Revelation, chapter 9, verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Okay. You see it says, and he opened the bottomless pit. That's talking about that angel, you see. That angel opened up the bottomless pit. And there arose a smoke out of the pit, you see. If you've been watching the news and paying attention to the news and everything, you'll see that a lot been going on with Yellowstone lately. They're talking about that super volcano, and if I'm not mistaken, there's more than one volcano, but one in particular called the super volcano. They're saying that it's spewing magma on the ground. The concrete appears to be solid, but then when you step in it, you actually stepping in a pool of boiling water, so forth. You see, and he's talking about, and this is mainstream too. This is just not alternative media. This is mainstream. Talking about a Yellowstone eruption, a Yellowstone volcano eruption, with seeing black, dark clouds, miles in all directions covering the skies. Okay. What Satan plans on doing is using Yellowstone as an excuse for when this angel opens up this bottomless pit and all that smoke come out of it. You see, he gonna use once the angel opens up that bottomless pit and all that smoke, black dark smoke comes out, Satan, and cover up the skies. Satan gonna say, a Yellowstone eruption, a Yellowstone volcano eruptions took place. That's why all the clouds in the sky like that. And they was even saying them clouds gonna come in so thick to where you're not gonna even be able to see a person standing right in front of you. That's just how foggy and cloudy it's gonna be. And they was saying, it's gonna be a lot of accidents because you're gonna be driving and you're not gonna even be able to see the car in front of you until you bump it. That's just how foggy it's gonna be. You're not gonna even be able to see a car in front of you, even if it's right in front of you. It's that foggy, you can't see it. It says there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace. It said the smoke that's going to come out of that bottomless pit is going to be the smoke as a great furnace. What's a great furnace? A great furnace is a great fire. What color is the smoke that comes from a great fire? Black. This black smoke going to cover the skies. Black clouds. You see? I mean, this now, this clouds in the sky. We regularly see clouds in the sky. But these clouds are black. You normally see white clouds in the sky. Or maybe even gray clouds. These clouds are going to be pitch black. You see, because these white clouds that you see in the sky, they'll cover up the sun. But, it'll still look like day. You still can tell the day from the night. But when these black clouds come in and cover up the sky, the sun is not going to be able to, the sunshine is not going to be able to break through those black clouds. So, in other words, you're not going to know if it's during the day or at night because it's going to be so dark. These black clouds that's going to come out of this bottomless pit. And Satan going to try to lie and say that it's the Yellowstone volcanic eruption. You see, because white clouds won't darken the sun, but black clouds will. And he said, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Now you know white smoke ain't gonna darken the sun. You see white clouds in the sky every day, just about. And the black clouds gonna darken the air too. You're gonna be inhaling that black smoke. You're gonna know when that bottomless pit open up. Trust me. It's gonna be, you ain't gonna be able to, when you can't tell day from night, then you're gonna know that that bottomless pit is open. That we're gonna look at verse 11 real fast. It says, okay, yeah, we're gonna look at verse 11. It says, and they had a king over them. This talking about the people that's in the bottomless pit, you know, and the people that's going to the bottomless pit. They had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. You see, he's the angel of the king of the bottomless pit, you know, the ruler, this, that, and the other. And the bottomless pit is not what you think it is. We're going to break that. We're going to go into that in a minute. But, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. But in the Greek tongue, his name is Apollyon. You see, the name Apollyon just means destroyer. Who's the destroyer of the earth right now? Esau. He's destroying the air by way of the chemtrails. And he got, they showed a video, he done yanked it off the internet now, but they showed a video where he got this cloud making machine. He'll be behind some hill somewhere where nobody's at, and he got this cloud making machine, and it just runs all day. And it fills the sky with clouds so that you can't see that moon and those stars. Because he said there's going to be signs of the moon and the stars. Esau, who's the destroyer? Esau. He doing deforestation. You know, you're not supposed to be tearing down the forest. He'll go somewhere and tear it up and then build houses so that he can move them crackers over there. And they can go over there and defile that area. The earth is a finite space. You can't, you can't going over there, defiling this, defiling that. Water be blue, and he go move, tear up everything, move over there, and before you know it, that water turned green. It's blue, and then it turned green, and then it turns red. When it turned red, that means everything in there is dead. Okay, we're gonna move over to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 12. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave. What's that? Now let us swallow them up alive as the grave. That's talking about them those sinkholes that be opening up. You see, the earth swallow him right up whole, man. Okay, and it says, and whole, as those that go down into the pit. You see, Esau, they the ones that's going down into the pit. And some of these other nations are going too. But they're going down into the bottomless pit. People are going down to the bottomless pit alive and whole. You know, some people may say, oh, they're gonna be dead, then their spirit is going down there. No, the actual people are going down in there, like alive and whole. going down into that bottomless pit. You see, the bottomless pit is like one big circle. You can look at it like that if you know what the Grand Canyon look like. It looks like one big old circle. And sticking out of the walls of that circle are little platforms, like maybe like you can look like boulders and rocks coming out, almost like a mountain, a hill. It's not just a straight drop. I mean, it's a straight drop, but there's things to stand on. People are under the impression that once you go into the bottomless pit, you just falling forever. That though it sounds that way, no. There's platforms and ledges you stand on, and if it has a king down there, it probably has, water, food, and all other stuff. And those platforms and things is to keep you from just continually falling, because it's a bottomless pit. There's no bottom. You would fall forever. And it's been said that a lot of these underground bunkers that these elites have and things like that, all of them are connected to the bottomless pit, you see. Also, in the bottomless pit, on the walls of it, there's graves of those that die. Like you can just visualize it as being like a coffin that's in the wall of it, And there's holes all going around that wall. There's platforms and holes going all around the bottomless pit. And those holes lead to bunkers. Underground bunkers, So it's been said. So the bottomless pit is a big mystery. How it's designed or whatnot. Nobody truly knows. We just know through the spirit, But Esau and them, they know because they got tunnels. They go from their bunker to the bottomless pit. But the top of it haven't been opened yet to throw them in there. And they go into that tunnel to the bottomless pit to go over there and meet Apollyon. Okay, we're gonna go to Psalms 27 and 13. Okay, this is Psalms 27 and 13. David said, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the God of the Lord, or the goodness of God in the land of the living. You see, in the land of the living, there's life everywhere. Green grass, flowers, trees, blue water, not no green water or no red water that's in this kingdom. Healthy animals. Ain't no animals dropping dead and sick or not or whatnot. It's just like you can just imagine a land just full of life. Green, dark, thick green grass, flowers, trees with fruit on it, rabbits and all kind of animals just running everywhere, birds flying, all sorts of fruit, a big old lake with crystal clear blue water, that just, lit life. And the land of the living, without the truth, the people are dead. If you can't go to the land of the living if you ain't got the truth. So that lets you know right there that the people that don't have the truth, they not going to the land of the living. Because if you don't have the truth, you're dead. You're spiritually dead. How you gonna go to the land of the living and you're spiritually dead? The land of the living is the land of truth. You have to have the truth, you know, because when the truth is life. Right now, you can also look at it like this: the land of the living is completely the opposite of this. This is the land of the dead. You got brown grass everywhere, green water, pigeons with just about no feathers on them. This is the land of the dead. Everybody deceived. You can also call this the valley of dry bones. Cities and buildings everywhere. You ain't got all these buildings and stuff in the land of the living. Concrete all on the streets. You got nice green grass, not buildings and concrete and pavement everywhere, and brown grass here and there. Trees with no leaves on it. Cakes and cookies in the damn stores. You gotta go to Satan to get something to eat. In the land of the living, you ain't gotta go to no store. You just walk. If you hungry, you just walk up to a tree, or you just walk up to a plant and grab you something to eat. You know, if you hungry, just go grab your watermelon and eat. You ain't gotta go to the store and go to Satan. If you want a peach, you can go just walk up to a tree and grab one. You ain't gotta go to the store and get no Satan, GMO, peach that don't even take. They ain't even got no. You bite into that peach, you down there break your teeth. You ain't supposed to be crunching on no peach like no bag of chips. When you bite a peach, you're supposed to bite and all the juice is supposed to come out, and it's supposed to bite into the flesh of it, and all the juice comes pouring out, and there's no crunch. A real peach is supposed to have juicy flesh, not taste like an apple, or you bite it and almost break a tooth because it's that hard to bite into. No juice in it whatsoever. No flavor to it whatsoever. That's the dead peach. A living body needs living food. You eating all this dead food, you're dead. This is the land of the dead. This beast is in control. In case you didn't know. This beast is ruling. And you know a beast ruling as soon as you walk into these stores. You gotta get what he, in other words, by you having to go to the store, in other words, that's him saying you're gonna get what I give you. Because if you don't get, how else you gonna get it? You only can get what he sells. If not, how else you gonna get it? You can't grow your own food. You see what happened to that lady? She tried to grow her own food. The SWAT team come rolling in her house. And it came rolling and destroyed her whole garden. That beast went over there and destroyed that whole garden because he don't want you to get nothing if he ain't get it from him. Okay, we're going to move over here to Romans 1:18. The wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godliness and wickedness of people who suppress the truth by their wickedness. Oh, no. I take that back. That's the wrong version. I take that back. 1 minute. Let me just make sure I wasn't reading from no New International Version on the rest of these, because that's Satan's version, you know. That's his watered down version of the scriptures. And I knew something that sounded right. All right. This is Romans 1:18. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men. So the Lord, He gonna show His wrath against all unrighteousness. The Lord shows His wrath against all ungodliness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Okay. Who hold the truth in unrighteousness? First of all, we're gonna say we're gonna see how His wrath is revealed. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of man. Okay, how is this wrath revealed? Through the blood moon. You see that He had that blood moon up in the sky to let you know, okay, it's getting ready to go. In other words, it's getting ready to go down. I'm fixing to judge. I'm fixing to judge this place. It's getting ready to go down, man. That's what that blood moon symbolizing. You ain't let you know. Can't you can just cross out all your 5-10 year plans, man. Just go on and just cross. Put them in the shredder. Ball them up, throw them away, man. Just cross it out, man. You got any 5 or 10 year plans? Just cross them out, man. And if you ask me, if you got any 2 or 3 year plans, cross them out, man. You be lucky to make it through this year, man. Yeah, I doubt we make it through this year. Because remember what Obama said, 2014 to be a year of action. Even though we can't believe nothing that this beast system says, but if he said that in the beginning of this year, you know, chances are this year or next year, you know. And then you got all this other stuff. Nonetheless, we're not going to get off course. The blood moon and the super moon. The super moon is another way of God's wrath being revealed. They even had this movie that showed one big old moon and a legion of demons coming. When that moon gets real close and big, a legion of demons come flying from behind that moon. I forget the movie, but it shows in that super moon. They said that's the closest. That's a real close moon. In other words, you know. And that moon can get even closer than that. But it shows that moon's going to get so close to the point where all of a sudden legions of demons going to come flying from behind it. What's another way of God revealing His wrath? Through withholding that rain. The Lord, He has shut up the heavens to where no rain will fall on the land, you know. And that's and then, you know, it's been said that that's the Lord's way of brewing up that famine, you see. The Lord can brew up that famine by, you know, shutting up that rain, shutting up the heavens so the rain won't fall. And then now you ain't got no food and no water. That's the Lord brewing up this famine. You see, if you can't see that a famine is in the works, then something is wrong with you. Because how long it's going to be without rain before they start saying, okay, this and that. They can use that drop for it. Man, it's almost infinite things that they can use that drop. Excuses they can blame on that drop, man. Now they got something to blame everything on, man. You see? What's another way God reveals His wrath? Through meteors. We constantly seeing fireballs, meteors, and this and that flying around, coming out of the heavens, you know. Polar vortex. That's over there, you know. Where in Chicago and I guess other places where it's getting real cold, you know, to like maybe in the summer. You know, this summer and it's getting 40, 30 degrees. I remember it was where I'm at, it was about 40 degrees and I was freezing. I mean, ice cold I can't imagine. I don't see how they do that 20 degrees or that below zero. I don't see how they do that, man. I can't take nothing below 40, man. 40 is like the minimum I can go. I can't go no below that. I can't go nothing below that. If it gets anything colder than 40 degrees, you know, I need to. You gonna see me catch me by some heat. You know. Nonetheless, hurricanes and etc. Those are just some of the examples that the Lord uses to express His wrath. Uh, um, all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, all this wicked stuff Esau doing, the Lord is showing him that he not playing with his man. You see, that's God's way of letting this beast know he ain't playing with you. He about to mess you up. And he giving you all these signs, and he's still despising the Father, man. He just disrespecting the Father. That's just like a 10-year-old boy constantly disrespecting his grandpa or his great grandpa. He just keep disrespecting him. And then when his son fuck you up, then he showed you a lesson, didn't he? He just keep disrespecting the Father like that. And that ain't finna fly too much longer. So y'all get ready. Because the Lord's showing all these signs that he about to mess some people up, man. He about to really mess you up. And he's starting it off with cutting that water off. And you see the Most High cut the water off on him, what he do? He turn around and threaten to cut the water off on Jakes, thinking he doing something to the Lord. Well, all he gonna do is make the Lord pop up in them big old spaceships. Take his man out and kill everybody else. That's what he doing. Okay. Who hold the truth in unrighteousness? Who holding the truth in unrighteousness? Esau. This beast. This vile beast. How's he holding the truth in unrighteousness? He know a lot of this stuff that's bad for the people, and he doing it to him anyway, man. He's still doing it anyway. He know you ain't supposed to put bleach in that water, man. He don't care. He know bleach bad for you. He doing it anyway. That's why people hair falling out and getting sick all the damn time and stuff. That's all this stuff happening to your body. He know he ain't supposed to be putting bleach in that water. That mess you up, that you're not supposed to drink bleach. It tell you that on the package. You're not supposed to drink bleach. He know this stuff bad for these people, and he doing it anyway, man. Pig grease. He know you ain't supposed to be consuming that. That don't do nothing but clog your body up. And blood can't flow through your body, and then before you know, you got all kind of blood clots and heart attacks and strokes and shortness of breath. All kind of stuff, man. And now this generation coming up, he giving these young jakes shots, man, so that they don't get taller than a certain height. He'll give you a shot when you a kid so that you don't get no taller than about 5, about however tall, 5'10", 5'9", 6 feet, 6'2", 5'8", 5'7". He don't want these jakes no taller than 6 feet. He giving them shots and doing all kind of other stuff to their body to make sure they don't get no taller than 6 feet. Some of them get lucky and get, a little taller, 6'2", 6'3". Because it don't work on everybody, but it's working on the majority of these jakes. And that's why they don't get no taller than 6 feet. And he doing the opposite with these crackers. This generation that's coming up, he giving them a shot so that they do get taller than 6 feet. So what? So what? In essence, what is he doing? You're gonna have a whole new generation of short jakes and tall crackers, and that's being systematically done. He's systematically making these crackers tall, and then these jakes short. He's been doing that with the Mexicans. These generations of these new generations of these Mexicans and these Chinese, they tall. They're getting over 6 feet and 5'9", 5'10". First Mexicans was 5'2", 5'3". Now they coming out 5'9", 5'10", 11. And Jake getting shorter and shorter. Jake coming out 5'4", 5'5", 5'6". It's all being systematically done. He withholding the nutrients so that your body won't build muscle. He's systematically depriving your body of nutrients so that you don't build muscle. So in other words, you have some short jakes with no muscle. That's being systematically done. And then on top of that, you already short with no muscle. And then here you come with that bottle of estrogen. Now you short, no muscle, and a big butt. Because he blew you up from the waist down with that estrogen. See, now you see why the Lord said if he don't hurry up, come back, no flesh gonna be saved. Esau is trying to blow Jake up from the waist down. He wants Jake short, and he wants Jake big from the waist down and small from the waist up. And he wants these crackers tall and slim and with a little muscle. Okay, this is Romans 1:25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forevermore. Amen. Okay, it's verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? He changed the truth into a lie. Telling you, oh, it's this food, oh, it's nutritious, it's good for you. That's a lie. Ain't no nutrients in that food. It ain't nothing but bleach and pig grease. Poison. He changed the truth of God into a lie. That's what he does. Or he'll give you a little bit of truth and a bunch of lies. He worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. You see? Material. I went over that in my last lesson, but you see? He's materialistic. He worshiped the creature more than the Creator. He'll worship materials rather than worshiping the Lord and the Father who created the material. You see? What make you think the Most High finna give you something and you against him? And then he worships the owl. He'll worship the creature more than the Creator. You see over there in Bohemia Grove, he got this owl over there that they worship. They say they worship that owl. They run around it in circles naked. And men having sex with each other. They smoke crack and all this and other stuff. Even Alex Jones had got it in the Alex Jones had snuck into not to say that I watch him that much, but I did watch that excerpt when he snuck into that over there in that ritual, and they had him on film. He had him on film down there in that Bohemian Grove. doing all sorts of rituals and drinking blood sacrifices and things like that. Um, just remind me of Satan, the bottomless pit. He worships worships Baal, which is the deer with the horns, head, and the human body. And he has switched it around to the human head and the deer body. He worships Baal. That's a creature. He worships the woman. That's a creature. He don't want to worship the creator, but he'll worship the creature. He worships the woman. Even though it don't matter if whether he worships the creator or not, he's still going into the bottomless pit. But he worships the woman. He has sex with animals. The same sex. He engages in same sex activities. He has sex with animals. You see, that's why the Lord couldn't put him in that garden, man. He'd be done beat and raped all the animals in there, man. He's the equivalent of, Adam will walk into the garden and all the animals will come up to him, he'll pet them, and Esau, he'll walk into the garden and all the animals take off running. And that's how it is today. He turned the world into a wilderness, man. He worships the creature more than the creator, man. And now he done turned these people into some materialistic heathens. Now it got them worshiping the creature more than the creator. They don't even think about the creator. They just want the creation, Okay, this is Ezekiel 29 and 14. It goes on to say, and I will bring again the captivity of Egypt, and I will cause them to turn into the land of Pathros, into the land of their habitation, and they shall be there a base kingdom. Okay, the word base just means low, down, and immoral. So he said it's going. So that's what America in this place is today. This is a base, a low down, immoral kingdom. Base, low down, and immoral people. They don't care how they look, how they smell. You got people just jump out the bed, throw their clothes on, and just walk out the door, man. They don't brush their teeth. They don't bathe. They don't put on deodorant. They don't make sure their hair fixed. They don't make sure they even putting on clean clothes. Mind you that they done just been laying up with somebody all night. This filthy beings. And you think you finna go to the kingdom. It starts with you. You got to take care of yourself. People like that, they ain't got nothing good coming to them. And on top of that, they ain't got no desire to improve themselves. I mean, at least you can do is to have some sort of desire to better yourself, Improve. You don't want to improve no kind of way. Learn. You don't want to learn nothing. You don't want to make any progress. You don't want to exceed in no kind of way. You're content with where you're at. That's a shame. You do not want to move up no kind of way. That's a shame. At least you can do is open up a book or do something. They love oppression. And they love having everything done for them. They love being oppressed. They don't want to rule. They don't even have a. They've lost their rulership mentality. They want to have everything done for them. Instead of making an example would be instead of making your food from scratch, you're gonna get a dish that's already been made by Satan. You know, that's one thing people need to learn how to do is cook their food from scratch. Just imagine if you was in the wilderness somewhere, you know, and you got stuff you can use to make you something to eat. But you ain't gonna put it like this. You're not gonna find no package of Twinkies nowhere. You ain't gonna find no box of banquet fried chicken nowhere either. A jumbo shrimp fried rice entree. You know? You gotta cook from scratch. Because he putting stuff in this food, man. You can make your food from scratch and probably make it taste better than the entree. But they ain't got no patience. They ain't got the time. They just so in a hurry. I just need something I can pop in the microwave real quick and eat. You gonna pay a price for that when you start asking. Let me get a leg, a thigh, and a breast. In a minute. That's gonna be exactly what you're gonna get. A leg, a thigh, and a breast. You see that, and then you're gonna regret wanting to have everything done for you rather than getting up and doing something yourself. Without, we're going to conclude the lesson on that. I hope you gained something from it. Until the next time, may God bless.